break it down. On the microphone to the break it down. What I leave off at? Oh yeah. Who's the best receiver in the league? Okay, you got a lot of good receivers out there. You got a lot of good ones out there. You got your Browns, you got your Beckhams, Julio Joneses, the T.Y. Hiltons, Jarvis Landry's, Demarius Thomas, Larry Fitzgerald. Here's who I think is one of the best. That cat down there in Houston, DeAndre Hopkins, man. People are like, why DeAndre Hopkins? What has he done? What has Julio Jones done without Matt Ryan? What has Odell Beckham done without Eli? What has Antonio Brown really truly done without Ben? Now he did not have Ben for a few games, a season or two ago, but I really don't know the stats offhand, but I don't think he did too well like he would with Ben. But DeAndre Hopkins really does not get a lot of love like he should. This dude here has been dealing with subpar quarterback play since he come in the league. He came to the league with Matt Schaub, was a two-time Pro Bowler on the tail end of his career. When he was pick six Schaub, so to speak. But I watched this cat, DeAndre Hopkins, man. Save for Deshaun Watson this year, he has absolutely played with some trash-ass quarterbacks. But he still puts up good numbers. Like, not too long ago, he had 100+ catches, 1,500 yards with quarterbacks Brian Hoyer, Brandon Whedon, TJ Yates, and Tom Savage. Does any of them sound like some Pro Bowlers? Does any of them sound like Hall of Famers? Hey, do any of them sound like starters in the league? Hell no, they do not. And for him to go out there to produce the numbers he's produced with those trash quarterbacks, he's earned my respect. And for me to call him one of the best receivers in the league. Now, I like Brown because he is a route running, catching machine. I really do. I like Jones. He's a freak. Odell Beckham is just too gifted. He's probably the most gifted wide receiver we've seen in a long time. Like, he can take passes and he's gone. He can make out of this world catches. Other than his antics on the sideline, he's pretty much a complete receiver. There's nothing he can't do. Route running wise, speed wise, catch wise. There's nothing he can't do. But for me, man, I base it off of what can you do in your surroundings when you don't have a great quarterback. If your running back can't get you 100 yards or 80, or he's getting stuffed, can you go out there and still produce? And time again, I've seen DeAndre Hopkins produce. It's nothing taking his way, nothing against the other guys I speak of, But I feel like I watch this cat here go through some trash quarterbacks, and how you putting up 1,500, 1,200 yards with these guys blows my mind. It really does. So, who else we got out there nowadays? Who's the best running back? That's a discussion. We can do this all day. Le'Veon Bell he's right there. Ezekiel Elliott's right there. Gurley's right there. Kareem Hunt's starting to enter the picture. But man, these guys here, it's a new game. They're trying to bring it back, like Leonard Fournette, man. If Jacksonville pick anyone else, do you think they make the playoff this year? Defensively wise, they could, they might, but when Leonard's at the ball, he takes a lot of pressure from Blake. and it keeps Blake from making those game-breaking mistakes that he's usually make in years past. So I'm gonna play some music right quick when I come back. I am going to play the GM for the Cleveland Browns. Yes, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to fix the Cleveland Browns. I'll tell you more after this. I don't know why every time I listen to that song, I feel like I want to play NBA Live 98 again. I really don't know why. I like that song. I really do. Hmm. Before we took that little musical break, I told y'all I'm going to show you. Matter of fact, I would like to tell you how to solve the Cleveland Browns. Jimmy Halfman comes to me one day. He says, "Carrion, I'm hiring you as general manager. Help me turn this team back to a contender. Help me win a Super Bowl." I say, "Okay, I'm ready to work." So what are my moves? First, I'd have told Hugh Jackson, "Your time's up, bruh." I told Hugh, "Your time is up. You gotta go. Time is up, man. Time is up. I appreciate the contribution. I appreciate you being a positive influence on this team. But 1 in 31 ain't good enough for me." Now you can say, "Oh, he didn't have the players. He didn't have the quarterback. He had an owner that was milling too much." Look here, man. Jason Garrett got one of the most obnoxious owners in the league, and he's still going 500. So don't tell me that. First, I let go Hugh Jackson. I like Hugh personally. I really do. I feel he got a raw deal in Oakland. I thought he'd come to Cleveland and turn that team around, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. If I'm going to fire him as my coach, who do I go get? I'm going to get Josh McDaniels out of New England. That'll be my first step. I need to hire an offensive-minded coach that's going to get the best out of my offense. Because I feel like the defense, they have the pieces to be successful. Miles Jack looks like he's going to be a 10 to 15 sack guy a year. You know, Danny Shelton's an inside monster. You know, you got Jamie Collins. He's an athletic guy when he's on. And you got the veteran McCoy back there getting the young guys together. So I feel like the defense is going to be fine. The defense got put in the spot by their offense, and their pensions, they're having turnovers in the red zone at the wrong time. Now, there's a right time to have turnovers. So that'll be my first step. Get Josh McDaniels, let him bring his people in, let him have who he wants. Then I'll sit down with Josh. I say we have two choices. We can go out there and get a veteran quarterback. You know, the Alex Smiths might be available. The Kirk Cousins might be available. One of those two. I will go get Kirk Cousins. Now, I know gave him flack, but to me, these last 3 years show me that he can play. He's a quality starter, and they don't grow on trees. It's gonna cost you, but they probably have between $60 to $70 million in cap space, so they can afford that. That's option one. If I get Kirk Cousins and my quarterback, and he's in the stable, you got a solid running back in Crowell. You got two young, hungry receivers that want to do well. If Gordon keeps his nose clean, he's right up there with the Beckhams and Jones and Browns of the world as far as receiving talent. Then you got David Njoku, who's up and coming. That's a nice little fit for him. Then you have the draft. Look at all the picks they got. Second rounders, third rounders, two first round picks in the top 5. That's a lot of ammunition for a team that's trying to come up. Now, in a perfect world, if I can get Kirk Cousins without compensating the Redskins with one of them first rounders, I go for it. But if I had to give up an early second to get Kirk, that's fine. If I give up a second for Kirk Cousins, then at the 1 and the 4, I'm looking at a tackle. Connor Williams out of Texas he's probably one of my favorites. And then you got the other guy from Notre Dame. I want to say McGillicuddy. I might be getting it wrong, but sorry. One of those tackles. And then at number 4, and somehow, some way, Saquon Barkley is still at number 4. I gotta grab him. That's a huge weapon coming out the backfield and in the return game. So if I'm Cleveland, if you can get a veteran quarterback like that, that's what I'll do. But if you cannot get a veteran quarterback, and if you have the first and the 4th pick in the draft, and let's say you go out there and get you like a Fitzpatrick or Josh McCown type quarterback that's gonna be a bridge. That first pick, I'm going to say this, and you're probably like, who? The first pick has got to be the quarterback. I believe that kid, Josh Allen from Wyoming, is the ideal fit for Cleveland. Now, y'all probably thinking, who the hell is Josh Allen? He plays for Wyoming. He has the prototypical size, got a good arm strength. Not great, pretty good. Actually, it's a little up and down, but that can be fixed. You know, he's a solid quarterback prospect. And he plays in Wyoming. They really don't have good weather out there. Same as Cleveland. Now, you got two California guys, Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen, who are some sexy picks, but they've been playing in Southern California. The weather is blissful. The competition is not as strong as you would like it. You know, Josh Rosen with his comments sometimes and his questionable health, that's a kind of a red flag for me. And Sam Darnold, I mean, he's big. He's got a good arm, got good pedigree, but those turnovers, man, it's like watching Deshaun